This Honkai Star Rail account has had over $15,000 invested into it, and today we are going to be looking at it in its entirety. Hello? You said the intro is about me? What? No, I haven't. Uh-oh. Well, I guess it's time to pay the bills then. Since the last one of these did so well, we're going to be doing another showcase today. My entire account. All of the bad decisions, all of the bad decisions. There are no good decisions. I have sectioned this video into chapters for ease of access, starting off with the most important chapter, the disclaimers. Wait, what? Really? Spending money on gacha games is effectively throwing that money into the garbage. And the garbage is on fire, okay? You can't take it back out. Any spending on gacha games, no matter how small, should be done with this in mind, as well as understanding your own personal budget and not putting yourself or anyone else in an uncomfortable financial position. All right, I did the disclaimer. If you do something stupid because of this video, it's not my fault now. I take zero responsibility. I figured I'd start with some fun, like, summoning statistics. I have this website that I keep updated, Star Rail Station, with all of my summoning stats. So on the limited character banner, I spent 9,924 summons, which is the equivalent of 1,587,840 stellar jades with 157 5 stars. And the 4-star number actually isn't accurate. I had to update this manually with the 5 stars because I lost some of the data at one point. So this is actually lower than it should be. We have a positive win rate, which is actually really surprising to me. I feel like I lose a lot. And if I scroll through here are all of my 5 stars that I've ever gotten. You can pause if you want and look at these. There's too many though, so. And for the light cone banner, we have spent 3,496 pulls, which is the equivalent of 559,360 stellar J's with 63 5 stars and 474 4 stars. Again, not an accurate number because I had to put in some of the data manually. And also an above 75% win rate here as well. This was actually like 90 something at one point, like 99, because at the very start of the game, I had never lost on this banner. The first time I ever lost on a light cone was for Firefly's S5. Everything else before that I had won, and then everything after that all the way up until my S5 Hyacine light cone we had won as well. So there was a really large win streak we had for quite some time, as you can see by all of the W's here. And I have the numbers up on screen of all of the totals of everything that we've spent in terms of jades and our tickets. It's a lot. It's way too much. And it's gonna be a lot more when Sparxie comes out. So in terms of limited E6 characters, I have 8 of them. I have Castorice, Hyacine, Evernight, Cyrene, the pink team. And then I also have Aglaea and Cerydra from Emphorius. I really love Cerydra, one of my favorite characters in the game. Aglaea I also really loved in the story, and I got her E6 on her first banner. And then I also have Firefly, which was my first E6 limited character ever, and the Dahlia, which is my most recent E6 character. And then for S5, I have Castorice, Hyacine, Evernight, Cyrene, and then Firefly and Cerydra, because I just really like both of them. And then Aglaea and Dahlia, we both have just on S1, which is fine. I don't think they need S5. My Aglaea build, honestly, is kind of crap too, so I don't really feel like I need it. No, but my best build on my account is my Castorice. She is ranked A on Fribbles. It's something I worked very hard for and spent way too many dice and resin on. She has 9.6k HP with 70.3 crit rate and 206.5 crit damage, which might not actually seem that impressive. But it's then you take a look and see that she's actually on a quantum orb instead of an HP orb, which makes it a lot more impressive because she just has so much HP in substats. So the stat value in all her pieces is just extremely high. So the build is really well rounded out because of that. I'm very happy with her build. I'm trying to get Evernight to the same level in terms of build. My Evernight's pretty close. She's a little overcapped right now, but I've been trying to get better pieces for her because she deserves them. Evernight is my favorite character in the game. So I want to give her a perfect build as well, just like Castorice. But it's a work in progress. I can only do so much. Even the double relics right now are kind of pooping on me. My Hyacine has 248 speed with 114 crit damage. I love my Hyacine, genuinely. Probably my second favorite character in the game. I run around 2-piece because it's just more convenient for me than running the 4-piece set. I don't really have great pieces on that set, and I didn't feel like farming for them because I felt like 2-piece was good enough. Especially for E6, she converts the speed into crit damage along with the healing boost. It's a no-brainer for me personally. I'm a little bit of a slut when it comes for two-piece speed. I run it on many of my characters. It's just so good. Here are pieces. She has pretty high speed substats on most of them, aside from her chest, which I'm still working on, but the crit damage on this is really high, so I don't hate it. It's been hard to replace it. But yeah, she is also a really strong build. 248 speed is pretty ridiculous. I'm still trying to get it higher, but like everything, it's a work in progress. My Cyrene is my weakest build of the pink team. 194 speed, 50.9 over 214.3. I actually have her on two-piece speed because the relic event that we got, I used for this dedicated set, and I got absolute garbage. So we just have her on these pieces right now. Truthfully, I don't think she needs more than this. She does fine as is, and she is the lowest damage contributor in this team, actually. Hyacine does a ridiculous amount of damage. So I don't feel like she needs it, and this team is already so strong as it is. I mean, it's a 48 cost team. If it wasn't, I would be shocked. So I think it's fine. And you'll see them in action here in a little bit. My Dahlia is 161 speed with 247.4 break effect. Her build is decent. I don't hate it. I'm fine leaving it as is. Honestly, I don't really feel like farming these sets more. My Fireflies is more impressive though, 181 speed with 282.9 break effect. Her speed is tuned so that when she gets out of her ultimate, she immediately just gets to go again and get back into ult. It's very nice with how she synergizes with Dahlia that way. My Cerydra has 4.4k attack, and her speed is tuned so that she gets 160 in combat. Also on two-piece speed, because I just love two-piece speed so much. On a wind damage orb, because she does way too much damage, which you will also see in a little bit. And then Aglaea, I really don't want to go over her build. My Aglaea sucks, I'm not gonna lie. She deserves more, but I do not want to go back and farm this set. So she's kind of just been left where she's at. She is speed tuned perfectly in line with my Sunday. He is half of her speed, and I think she's +1 over half, or she's double +1. It lines up perfectly however I tuned it. It's been so long since I did it though. I have two different relic sets I use on him that match, so I use one that tunes perfectly with her, and then I have one that's -1 for my Finan, who's E2. Oh, I guess I should probably show my other Eidolon characters, huh? Okay. Speed run time, ready? E1 Ruan Mei, E1 Cypher, E1 Tribbie, E2 Sparkle, E2 Sunday, E1 Hyacine, E2 Finan, E1 Robin, E2 Yunli, E1 Fugue, E1 Lingsha, E2 Topaz, E2 Herda, E3 Acheron, E2 Anaxa, E1 Saber, E2 Archer, E2 Rappa. There you go. And then all the standard characters are E6. And Fuxuan and Sila are both E6, but I originally had pulled Fuxuan's E2 and Zila's E1 on release. And then my Blade is E2, but I never even pulled them in the first place. These are all from standard, so. Okay, well, that goes for my Eidolons and light cones. I have the total cost of my account up on screen, which is limited 5 stars, if you're curious about that number. With those fun numbers out of the way, though, what do I have in my account? Well, currently, we have 27 million credits. I get 20k a day from people using the characters I have on my profile. I keep my E6, S5, Evernight, Cerydra, and Hyacine here, and I have some of my other E6 characters displayed down here. Evernight and Hyacine get used the most. They are very frequent to be used because they just do a lot of damage. And when I get E6, S5, Sparxie, I'm going to put her here instead of my beautiful Cerydra that I will unfortunately take off of here. But I rotate them frequently because I like giving people variety. And I also keep my friends list completely full at all times so that I get more credits from it, because getting 20k credits a day adds up quickly. It's like 7 million something every year, which is nuts. So it's super nice way to get more credits. I buy pretty much everything in the shop every time it resets, except for the stuff that I don't need, which are like the mob drops. But we still have 22k left over right now. I used to have way more, but like I said, I just spend these every time I get them. I'm hoarding these materials right now so I can convert them all to the elation materials on day one, because then we don't have to farm it, and that saves a ton of time, especially if they drop Yao Guang and Sparxie at the same time, which I think they might. I never keep any of this. I always just convert it to wishes because I just do not need these light cones. They're useless to me. I already have S5 of Bronias, so I have no reason to get more, and the other ones suck. So until they add other stuff in here, I don't need it. I spend these usually on the dice. I've considered getting E6 Ruan Mei because I have one, but I don't think I need it. I don't know. So I usually just get the dice. I really like going for perfect pieces on my favorite characters, and the dice help a lot with that. And then I always buy these packages from the shop where you get to pick the stuff you want, because you can pick all self-modeling resin here and make a bunch of pieces that you want. And it's really helpful for farming, especially when new sets come out. And then the same with this one. I usually just select these. I rarely will pick the tiers if I really need them, but there's literally a bundle for tiers. So there's not really a reason to. And then if it weren't obvious enough, yes, all of the bundles have been bought from the shop. I usually buy them day one when they come back. And then for the other things that we have in the account, I have been hoarding these Herda because there is nothing in the shop that I need right now. I have the light cones that I need. So until they add another light cone, I guess I'm just saving it for that. And there's no world where I'm going to spend these on the standard tickets. That's ridiculous. I'm really overcapped on these endgame feathers because I just only buy the stuff that I need from the shop. I hoard certain materials that I just do not need to, because I'm pretty sure you're able to buy out the shop if you don't, or if you do full clear. I don't know. I just buy what I need with them though. Oh, and here's my light cones. This is probably something that's actually interesting. We have a few S5 light cones, so it's actually more than it looks like. We have Cyrenes, Evernights, Hyacines, Cerydras, Castorice, and Fireflies for limited light cones, and then just the standard, like Himiko, Bronya, the Herda shop cones that I need. And then we've got a few extras, a bunch of 4 stars that I actually use, and then I'm gonna piss some people off with this, I'm sorry. Way too many extras of certain light cones. I kid you not, if I could donate these to you guys, I would, because I don't need this many DDDs. I don't. I could only run 4 in a team. I really would just give them to you guys if I could, because there's so many 4-star light cones here that I just will never use. I don't really have any specific relics I want to show. All the good relics I have are on characters, except for one that I just rolled yesterday that really pissed me off. Yeah, this piece right here. All 5 rolls into crit with 2 dead stats, so I already don't really want to use it. But on top of that, my Evernight is already overcapped on crit rate with her current gloves, and her current gloves only have 2.9%. So it's not even an upgrade. I literally lose out by switching to these. It's so frustrating. These are just going to sit here now because I have nobody put these on. I'm going to get into the combat showcases now. I hope that everything up to this point has been enjoyable. And I just wanted to quickly say that I am extremely grateful for the opportunity to be able to do this in the first place. A lot of the money that I've spent on my account has not been my own. Okay, I get a lot from sponsorships and a lot back from ad revenue from you guys watching my videos. So I'm getting to a point now where I'm almost able to break even when I pull for a new character, which is ridiculous, by the way. That's insane to think about. So I'm really grateful for that, because I would be pulling for these characters anyways, even if I didn't make these videos. So it just makes my life easier. I'm very grateful. I'm very privileged. And I hope that as much as the title will contradict me saying this, that you know that this is not me trying to flex on anybody. I am not better than anybody for the contents of my account. I just love this game so much that I spend this money on it in the first place. And I wanted to show that to everyone. So I hope this was educational. I hope this was fun, and enjoyed the showcases.
Statistics.